But listen to me, I'm afraid that many of us are holding on to a make-believe, cheap, knockoff version of Jesus that is not even close to the real thing, and somehow we act like we're okay with it. And I'm telling you to stop being okay with it. I'm challenging you to stop being okay with it because it is not okay. And this is the story of my life to a T. Like, I didn't really begin to discover who Jesus really is until college. And to be honest with you, I thought, or I at least lived like I thought, that Jesus was this dude who kindly encourages us to follow him but does not demand it. I lived like I thought that Jesus was this guy who kindly encourages us to follow him but doesn't demand that we do it. I lived like he was this guy who exists solely for my desires, this guy who wanted me to be happy above all else. And the reason for that is because I grew up in a church, I grew up in the church, but I grew up in a church culture where Jesus was censored. I grew up in a culture where I got a watered-down, knockoff, neutered version of Jesus. And so my question for you is this: could it be that we are just like these people in Matthew 13? Could it be that you think you know who Jesus is, but you don't? Now let me talk to the people in the room, the homegrown, like I grew up in the church, I was a fetus hearing about Jesus, Christians in the room. I want to challenge you with this question. Listen to me. Do you really know who Jesus is? I mean, seriously, have you really paid attention to the things that he has said and the things that he has done? And to the skeptics in the room, like maybe you're here, you don't believe in Jesus, you're just kind of exploring things out. Or maybe you're here and you have no idea why you're here. Maybe you're here and you hate Jesus. I don't know why you're here. But I met a guy today. I was doing laundry. I needed to do laundry. And it's in my apartment, and this guy walks in, and I hadn't seen him before. And I was like, "What's up, dude?" And his name's Reed. And so anyways, as I was leaving, I was like, hey, man, here's an overflow card. It starts tonight. You should come. And he looks at it, and he throws it on the washing machine, and he goes, "I'm a Satanist." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I got out the door, and I had my laundry in my hands, and I was like, wait a second. So I went back, and I was like, "Hey, man, so why are you a Satanist? What led to that?" And this is, quote, I wrote it down. I want to find it in my notes here. This is what he said. This is what he said. He's being honest. He said his mom constantly drove the nails of Jesus into his hands growing up. That's what he said, which I thought was very interesting. And so maybe that's you. Maybe that is your story. And first, I want to say this to you. You're in the right place. And you're totally welcome here. We want you here. And secondly, I want to challenge you with this thought. Maybe Jesus isn't who your parents or your friends or your neighbors have made him out to be. So if that's you, if you're the skeptic, do you really know who Jesus is? And think about this. What's so interesting about this? Where is all of this happening in Matthew 13? Where's this happening? Huh? It's happening in his hometown. I mean, don't you find that interesting? This is happening in the one place of all places where Jesus should be totally known, yet this is like the one place of all places where he seemed to not be known at all. I mean, could it be the same here? We live in the Bible Belt. Many of us grew up in and around the church, but maybe just like them, we think we know Jesus, but we don't.